guys, and welcome to another video of mine. Today I want to tell you about my first 4 weeks at home and tell you what is going really well and where we have some room for improvement. I'm 12 weeks old now and I've been in my forever home for 4 weeks now, and actually the first weeks have been really like a dream. I felt very comfortable with my parents from the third day or so, and I really didn't miss my dog mom and my breeder and my siblings anymore, which was very nice for my parents. And my parents really made sure to teach me a lot of new things already in the beginning so that I wouldn't be scared of them afterwards when I grow older. So that went very well. And here you can see that we went to the restaurant for the first time. We went to grab Indian food, or at least my parents did, because they somehow didn't want to share with me. But I got something to chew on, and they brought a little blanket, which I could lie on, so that was definitely a positive experience. After the first 2 weeks at home, I grew more and more self-confident, in the positive as well as kind of in the negative, because I started to test my parents' boundaries and to see what I can do and where they'll draw a line. And one thing that is kind of difficult at the moment is that I don't really sleep on my own, and I want to chase my parents all the time and want to go with them everywhere in the apartment, or I want to sleep on my parents' lap. And I mean, they can't just sit on the couch all the time just so that I can get some rest. So that's something we need to work on, because when I don't sleep enough, I'm kind of going a little bit crazy and I want to bite everything. And when mom tried to forbid that, I even barked at her and growled at her because I didn't really like that. And so my parents did a lot of research on how we can improve that situation, because all of us don't really like that. And they kind of realized that with their behavior and like trying to tell me that I'm not allowed to bark at them, they really enforced my behavior as well. And they realized that they just need to ignore me. And for a week now, they've been ignoring me more and more, which I do not really like, of course, but it definitely helps with our situation at home. And I always settle after a couple of minutes of being a little bit restless and like whining a little bit. But it really helps that they just ignore that behavior, and then I settle and I can also sleep. So the first learnings after the first 4 weeks are that my parents definitely have to give me less attention, and there have to be times in which they completely ignore me at all. So they don't even look at me, they don't pet me, and they don't give me any sort of attention. That's very tough for them and also tough for me, but it will definitely help on the journey to being a very good dog, which I want to be. And another thing that we also started is right now that they put me into my crate in order to sleep, so that I realize I don't have to always sleep on the lap of my parents, and I can also sleep on my own. And that works very well because the crate somehow feels like a little cave to me, and I feel very comfortable in it because my parents really reinforced it in the beginning with positive association with my dog food. So that is kind of going well because I'm not able to sleep in my dog bed alone right now. And what we're also trying to learn every day is that I have to be more independent of my parents. And that's very tough because it's also a characteristic of the poodle that they always want to be with their family and they can't really be that easily home alone. So my parents try to teach me that by leaving the room for a couple of seconds and then returning immediately. And they act as if it would be the most normal thing in the world and like nothing I have to be scared of. And they just ignore me, they don't look at me, so that I realize, okay, they're gone, but they're always coming back. So I don't really have to be scared and I don't have to follow them everywhere. Another thing on the agenda, of course, is potty training. And to be honest, most days it's going very well already, and I'm kind of proud of myself, and my parents are as well. But also my parents have to keep a close eye on me because I don't bark or tell them at all that I have to go potty, and they somehow just watch the clock and they see how much I drink, and then they just go outside very regularly, sometimes every hour. And they just try to go as often as possible so that we have less accidents in the house. And what they also did is, because I'm such a food motivated puppy, they also started to reward me with snacks after I go potty outside, and they just try and see whether that has also an impact on my potty training journey. And I think we're on a very good journey there, because I'm still very, very small and young, and it's just normal that sometimes accidents still happen inside of the house. And during our nights, we go out once during the night between 4 and 5 a.m. And my parents are really trying to stretch that session so that I can hopefully sleep through the night at some point in the future. So the first 4 weeks definitely showed us as a family that the first weeks with a puppy are definitely tough, and it's not just one big highlight and one thing you have to look forward to, because it's also going to be situations that are very, very hard. And my parents and I want to be transparent with you. And we definitely had times where my parents were crying because I made such challenges for them and they didn't really know how to handle me. And of course, that's very hard for us as a family. And it's something you need to be prepared of, because we're all learning. Me as a puppy, I'm learning so much every day and I have so many impressions, but also my parents are learning a lot every day. And the time with a puppy is definitely the best thing in the world, but it also has lots of challenges with it. And that just brings us closer together as a family, and we're all very, very happy about that. So if you really want to follow my journey of growing up, I would love for you to follow me, and I'm going to give you an update in the next video. And if you liked my video, please leave me a thumbs up or a comment with what you're struggling as a puppy. And otherwise, we're going to see each other next time.